All right, guys, it is early in the morning. I mean, as of me recording this video, it is 5 a.m. I have not gone to sleep yet. I am exhausted, but apparently we have just a bit of information concerning the brand new Tenkaichi game. Now, again, this was announced earlier in the year, and they've been dead silent with anything regarding this game. However, thanks to Gematsu, we now know that Bandai has trademarked the title Sparking Zero in the United States. Now, the reason why this is important is because, of course, obviously it relates to Tenkaichi, and Sparking is the name that they use for Tenkaichi in Japan. So, for example, Tenkaichi 1 in Japan is known as Sparking, Tenkaichi 2 is known as Sparking Neo, and Tenkaichi 3 is known as Sparking Meteor. So, knowing that it's Sparking Zero is interesting because, one, that's definitely it's definitely what is going to be called in Japan, but the fact that it's also going to be called Sparking in the United States is kind of interesting. Like, I don't know if they're just going to completely forego the Budokai Tenkaichi title and just kind of consolidate this series as Sparking, because in a sense, if they do so, it's still Tenkaichi because Sparking is Tenkaichi, and we do know that this is a mainline title, not like Ultimate Tenkaichi, Raging Blast, not even Tenkaichi Tag Team. Those are spin-off games of the main games, and there's only 3 main games. But anyway, we have an article right over here, so we're gonna go check it out and see what it says. Let me make sure I can zoom this in too, because that is way too zoomed out. Anyway, Bandai Namco trademarks Sparking Zero in the US, official title of the next Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi game. Bandai Namco Entertainment filed a trademark for Sparking Zero on September 26th in the United States. The Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi series is known as the Dragon Ball Z Sparking series in Japan. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi is called Dragon Ball Z Sparking, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 2 is Dragon Ball Z Sparking Neo, and Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 is Dragon Ball Z Sparking Meteor. Bandai Namco announced a new entry in the Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi series back in March, but has yet to announce an official title, platforms, or release date. The trademark could suggest the game's title will be Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero, at least in Japan, as well as that a follow-up announcement is coming. Now, here's why this is so important. So, again, if they decide to consolidate it as Sparking, personally, I'm fine with that, right? Like, it doesn't have to be Tenkaichi, because as long as that Sparking title is there, we know it's actual, legit, true Tenkaichi. So that's not a problem. But the reason why this information is so important, or potentially as big as it could end up being, is because as of this recording, in 6 days, New York Comic Con will begin. And we do know that they are planning something there concerning Dragon Ball. Like, they've been hyping it up and whatnot. Like, we had all the official Dragon Ball, like, Twitter accounts and all that stuff, like, retweet it saying, make sure to check it out on this day, like, you know, Dragon Ball, like, something is happening here and whatnot, right? Now, there are 2 things that can come from this, right? If it ends up being, okay, we have a good scenario and a bad scenario. The good scenario is, during New York Comic Con on the 12th, they actually announce, okay, this is the title of the game. Like, even just giving us that ultimate confirmation would be fine for me. I would be completely content with that, because at least we would know the game. Whether they decide to, you know, consolidate it and have it as Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero or Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi Zero, right? Whether they do that or what the case would be, I'd be fine with that. But there's also the flip side to all that. And this would be not only the worst case scenario, but just really bad marketing in general. We do know that Battle of Gods is coming back to theaters. I believe it's like some sort of like director's cut or like extended cut or whatever the case may be of the movie. So there is a reason to watch it, because there's probably going to be scenes in that movie that we didn't get to see like many, many years ago, right? Actually, I think it's been a decade since Battle of Gods came out, but I digress. If the big announcement that they have at New York Comic Con is that, then that's going to be disappointing, because we've already seen Battle of Gods. Yes, there may be extra scenes in the, you know, version that they're releasing into theaters again, but we've already seen the core of the movie and it's been retold in Dragon Ball Super. So if they try to use New York Comic Con to promote that, that would be just outlandish. That would be so bad. But they could use this opportunity to, at the very least, announce the title of the game officially, right? And the reason why it's not far-fetched is because when it comes down to a game like Tenkaichi, it was already mind-blowing enough that they announced that game during like a US event, right? Granted, obviously it was Dragon Ball centric, but during a US event, they announced that freaking major announcement, right? So it's not too far-fetched to assume that maybe they decided New York Comic Con, there's gonna be a lot of people there, dudes trying to figure out information, maybe we can announce the name of the game there, right? Because, I mean, they can announce it however they want, whenever they want, doesn't really matter, but I think that this would be a good opportunity to at least tell us the title of the game, and if we're really lucky, the platforms, which, I mean, obviously, it's gonna be PS5, it's gonna be Xbox Series X and S, it's gonna be Steam, Switch, who knows, but it's obvious it's gonna be on those platforms, right? Now, note, everything I'm saying is completely speculatory. I don't want anybody to, like, run and, like, take what I'm saying as if it's fact. It's not. Everything that I'm saying is speculatory, apart from, apparently, Bandai actually filing the trademark for the name. So that's apparently an actual thing, but me making the suggestion of, oh, they can announce it at New York Comic Con, or, you know, this and that, all speculation. All speculation. Literally, like, they can end up giving us the title of the game next year. We can get a gameplay trailer next year. We can get all sorts of things, like, whenever they're ready. But ultimately, at the very least, what we do know for sure is that the game is more than likely going to be called Sparking Zero. Now, whether it's Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero or just Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, who knows? But seeing how long it's been since the Tenkaichi series, the mainline Tenkaichi series, again, 1 through 3, has been, like, out for, it seems more like this is a, I guess, for a lack of better words, this is like a reset, like a reboot to the series of sorts, which could be good, right? Which could absolutely be good. Because when you think about it, I mean, the last mainline Tenkaichi game came out on the PS2. It came out on the PS2. We're on the PS5 now. Well, okay, PS2 and Wii. But we're on the PS5 now. So it's been, what, 3 console generations? So if they wanted to, like, reboot the series and kind of, like, I don't know, like, make whatever changes they want to make to it, sure. Or if they actually do want to have this as a continuation, then that would also make sense. Like, again, it is the official next in line game. It's not a spin-off, but it's seeming like it's not going to be called Tenkaichi 4, right? Like, I don't know, in Japan they're going to call it, like, Dragon Ball Z Sparking, like, Asteroid or something, or, like, Sparking Comet would be kind of a clean name. But, yeah, Sparking Zero, that zero has to have or hold some sort of significance, right? And I'm pretty sure with them going with the number 0, seeing that there is already a Tenkaichi 1, 2, and 3, it seems as if this game is more than likely gonna be a reboot, which is fine. Again, perfectly fine, so long as the core of the game is just like the original mainline games, right? If the core of the game is the same, but then they just, you know, elevate it to the next level, cool. You want to reboot the series? Perfectly fine, as long as the game is fire. So, again, like I said, it's speculation. I'm just happy that we have at least the smallest fragment of a crumb of information right now. And again, like I said, we do have the 12th to look forward to for New York Comic Con. There could be a big announcement there concerning this. We don't know, but at the very least, we know that this game, Tenkaichi, got the trademark for Sparking Zero. So again, if that's how it is, it could end up being Budokai Tenkaichi Zero, or maybe it just becomes Sparking Zero entirely. Who knows? But I'm excited to see whatever may come on the 12th or beyond that point. Just some sort of information in the future. But I do want to know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section below. But with that being said, I'm Inakuba. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.